Hello, welcome to Appalling News. I'm Paul Chatto. So glad you could join me. I'd like to start with this story that comes out of Driftwood Public School here in Toronto, where grades 2 and 3 teachers were engaged in an activity called Building Mathematics Thinking Classrooms using an anti-oppressive lens. Academics love looking at things through lenses, usually these lenses. You can see them here working hard, assembling a hexagonal matrix with labels such as well-being, inclusion, student voice, process expectations, warm demander, messy thinking, culturally relevant, and responsive pedagogy. I never knew what a pedagogy was. I thought it was another kind of Tamagotchi where rather than keeping a pet alive, teachers had to keep students from falling asleep from boredom. Anyway, do you know what's missing from this? Correct. Actual math. To be honest, in this mass of irrelevant bullshit, they did manage to stick in math strategies and math tools. Woohoo! For a second there, I thought they had really fallen off the math train. But I am relieved they kept defront the classroom and joy, because when I think of math, the first thing that comes to my mind is joy. FYI, math scores in Ontario have plummeted to new lows, and no one can figure out why. This next story also comes from Toronto. It seems our Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Canada are entertaining a proposal from the DEI group to prioritize social justice over medical expertise. Here is the direct quote. A new model of CanMeds would seek to center values such as anti-oppression, anti-racism, and social justice rather than medical expertise. Now, before we jump all over this, there is no question we have met doctors who were complete assholes. There is a history of giving pills to women who complain about yucky women stuff just to get them to go away. We have an abysmal history dealing with the health of Indigenous people. But I would think the statement could have been made without the lens of social justice verbal diarrhea. It makes one suspicious that the people wanting to make these changes have other agenda-driven things planned, and seriously, all that heartfelt gobbledygook should not trump medical expertise. That's just an insane statement. Unless, of course, they are anticipating the quality of students coming out of the previous news story. The next sentence I have a real problem with. It would prioritize bidirectional relationships with patients, providers, communities, the land. Hey, land, can you call me back? I'd like to make an appointment. The health system and society at large rather than the individual physician or gatekeeper of professionalized knowledge. So, this is a nasty piece of work. It suggests that your GP, who knows you, knows your family, maybe even delivered your kids, is a nasty gatekeeper of knowledge that is being kept from the great giant medical head? How dare you not listen to the hive mind that tells you you must take statins? No. Individualized medicine is the gold standard. The document goes on to demand critical reflection and self-reflexivity, which I assume is a synonym for whacking off. I'm all in on that. It wants physicians to engage in community-led social change. Why not? Right now, it only takes 6 months to get an appointment. It concludes with a consensus definition of anti-racism that features all the anti-racism hits you know and love. Structures of racism, colonialization, that R&B fave, slavery, that chart topper, white supremacy. Remember? Mitigate racially inequitable outcomes. Who can forget power imbalances, the danceable lens of power, and everyone's favorite, the historical and ongoing structures of racism, settler colonialism, heteropatriarchy, capitalism, ableism, classism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, and lots more. As always, remember that all this mind-numbing chunder is only barely held together by gossamer-thin verbal manure spread across the academic landscape. And that's the way it is.